Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rechak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. And salutations to Allah, give my dear pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners, alright? I'm the brother Shamar Moth from Great Millstone, Miami, also from the camp of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida, out here in the Fort Myers area. Alright, coming to you with another Hebrew on the Sabbath. Alright, and with that being said, Shabbat Shalom. Alright, today's Hebrew on the Sabbath is going to be on Psalms 139. Alright, verses 23 through 24. Alright, which was put in the chat yesterday by the beloved brother Ramak in the Miami camp. Okay, I believe that was the verse of the day yesterday. Okay, and as I read that verse, I thought to myself, what a good precept this is. All right, especially in a time where I find myself, all right, doing a whole bunch of self-examination and having these, more and more personal conversations with the Heavenly Father Yahweh through His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. All right. So I wanted to share this psalm with you brothers and you sisters out there, all right, which can also be turned into a prayer, all right, especially again in a time of examination. Okay, you leveling up from one from one level to the other, all right. You having these deep one-on-one personal conversations with the Lord, all right. At times, it's good to ask the Lord to to pry into your mind, man, pry into your heart, to try you, okay, to search your heart, all right. And if any ways about you or thoughts about you, or thoughts in your mind are not aligned with what Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai's plan is for the elect, all right. You ask the Lord to guide you in the path of everlasting light, man, in the way of everlasting, man. All right, and only the true, sincere believers operate in this type of mindset. All right, the fake and the phony, they continue to move. All right, putting on this facade, this persona, like the brothers. Lawyer and Jeremiah was mentioning the lesson they did yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? I can't remember. I think it was yesterday though. All right, and where they mentioned dudes be putting on the front like the Heavenly Father don't already know they have ulterior motives. All right, so a true believer is going to press the Lord to challenge the Lord. All right, to search their reins, man, search their thoughts, search their hearts, their inner man, to make sure it's on the right path. All right, they're not afraid. A true believer is not afraid to step into the light, as it tells us in the book of John, man. All right, a true believer is going to step into that light, all right, to get corrected, to get reproved, to get put in the right place. All right, albeit so they could get delivered. All right, while the phony is not going to examine themselves, it's not going to, ask the Lord these things. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to do how we always do: read in Hebrew, English, and in Hebrew again. All right, and Salakia, brothers, if some of my pronunciations are off. Okay. So this is Psalms 139, 23 through 24. It says, Chachor Naya Allah Wadai Lababaya Ba Khan Ya Salahi Ba Khan Naya Wadai Sharai Paya. Alright, Sharai Paya wa wa ra'ah wa ra'ah I'm Durak I Tazaba Baya wa Nakhanya Badarak I Walam. All right, which in English it reads, "Search me, O power, or God, or O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." Right. Again, going to the fact that, one that is truly in the self-examination phase, which we should be examining ourselves daily, man. I remember when I first came into this truth, at the end of every day, I would sit down and reflect on my day, coupled or accompanied with praying to the Lord. All right. And I would, rehearse everything that transpired that day, man. All right, whether it was a good deed or whether it was a moment where, I fell short, losing my, back then I used to have a lot of anger issues, man, so it would really be me, talking to the Lord. And yeah, Lord, today, woke up, gave praises to you, to water for that, you allowed me to eat, the water Yabashim outside. I had to go out, I prayed before I left, the water Yabashim outside. Oh Lord Salakia, at that one time I grabbed lunch, I was so hungry, I ate, I forgot to pray to you, Lord, have mercy upon me. This one dude pissed me off, and I should never said something, but I opened my mouth and I said something, and that was not becoming, Lord. I would have these conversations with the Heavenly Father, being completely open, all right, and vulnerable to the Lord. Okay, and we should practice that, man, often. All right, communicating with the Lord and being open, man. Okay, like. As of late, like I said, I've been having, these real personal talks with the Heavenly Father. And one thing I know for a fact, I've always, I've been telling the Lord as of recent, Lord, thou knowest, man. You know all, you see all, and you've seen that in every situation I find myself, whether good or bad, I'm always calling upon you. Search my heart, Lord. You'll know, you see. All right. And that's a good way to talk to the Lord. So that way, if there is, any fault within us, the Lord will make that clear as day to you, man. All right, whether you're sitting there in your meditation and out of nowhere, boom, the situation where you failed that pops up, and you have no choice but to sit there and envision it again and be like, damn, I really did fuck up right there, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Or whatnot. All right, and the Lord showing you how to maneuver, however the Lord deal with you, that's between you and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But nonetheless, this is a good tactic to have and to use. So I read the 23rd verse again. It says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts." Verse 24, "And see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting," man. All right, I'll read that in Hebrew again and I'll close out. It says, Chwarnaya Allah Wadai Lababia, I should say, Bachanaya Wadai Sharipaya Wa Ra'ah Darak I Tazab Baya Wa Nakhanya Badarak I Walam. All right. So with that, Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give again all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rachak. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops. The great millstone salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, diligently throughout the four corners, and shalom to you sisters out there as well that listen and believe in faith and quietly, man. With that, shalom.